Alright, hi guys. This is a kind of a project update. You've probably already seen this if you watched the prologue or the fourth episode in the narrative campaign. But this is the landing pad that I've been working on for the shop. Again, it came essentially just as the platform without the legs. One of the guys at the shop put the legs on from using the rollers from the spools for register paper, and put some ladders on. So now I subscribe to the policy: if you're not going to see it, don't paint it. So the bottom's not painted, but the sides of the pillars, if you can see, they're all weathered up. I'll talk about that in a second. But overall, I've kind of broke with a lot of what you normally see on in the community on how to paint these. Most of them you see kind of looking Acadian green with some white quillas and what have you. But I decided to go a little bit different than that. I left it primed in gray. I liked that color. It was a very neutral color that would allow me to keep the weathering, to let it stand out, and I could shade it to get some good effects on the gray. But that allowed me to use a mix of black and silver. You can use lead belcher gray, or lead belcher silver from Citadel, but I used a mix of my own to do all the diamond tread plate. Then used Balthazar gold on the Aquila and scroll work, and then an orange. This is a sort of an orange red. I guess Evil Sun's or Scarlet might work, but it's a Delta red, Humpty red, I think is how you pronounce it. And then the actual blue of just the central pads sections was the rust gray. It's their light one. It's the base. Now that makes for a nice combination. The blue and the gray go real well with the yellows and reds within the Aquila. So I felt it looked kind of mechanical and still kind of gave it that feel, kind of a dark feel, typical of the Imperial stuff. Now for the actual lights, most people go with a blue light, which doesn't quite make sense. Red travels much further through as far as visibility through fog and all that kind of stuff. That's why all airports, landing strips, they use a lot of red. So I went ahead and painted them a base coat of red, actually the same color red as these hatches, and then went ahead and painted the Balthazar gold on each of the cages. Okay. Now what I did after that is I used the red tone from Army Painter to put a wash on each of those grills. That way it really kind of filled in the red a little more pronouncedly and allowed the red to kind of almost reflect off the gold there. Other than that, it was just a matter of doing the Aquilas on the landing pad shields, which don't move on this model, and those what do you call those things? Those little skulls. There. Did those in the Balthazar gold. Now I did highlight the face of each of the skulls, just the face itself with I think it's Heshbit copper from Citadel, just to kind of brighten up just the very top. Other than that, everything else was covered with Nuln oil, and that gave it a very dirty appearance. Now we can take a look there. Let's see. See all that dirt grime look? Is just a Nuln oil wash applied with a very heavy brush. Now on all the diamond tread plate, I put the Nuln oil right around the edges, figuring there's less traffic along the edges and more in the center, so the grime would accumulate more heavily on those points. After all that was done, it's just a matter of airbrushing the exhaust soot from stuff like a Storm Raven, whatever. So I actually got a model of a Storm Raven, set it on the pad in a couple places to mark the location of where the you'd expect to see the soot or the marker. So like we have those two here with the wing here and here. Then I angled a couple different ways, I think 3 different positions to just get some spots of soot. And then using that same color, that's actually a German gray, or German black, I think, from Vallejo. And then I used the same thing on these, but I went ahead and just kind of sprayed vertically on these posts, concentrating more heavily on the base, at the base where the dirt would accumulate after being run down, kind of washed down. So that's all it really took, but that's the effect. There's the landing pad. It came out exactly as I was picturing, so I'm very proud of it. All right, so this is actually work I was doing in March and April, and I finished it just in time for the 4th episode of the narrative campaign. All right, so hope you like it, got some ideas from it maybe. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.